There you go. So, so this is from the website of the cancer.org. Okay, because we all know that cancer is really um, predominant these days. A lot of people around us, friends and family, are being diagnosed with um, certain types of cancer. And so this is a by definition of in cancer.org, it said that cancer is a group of diseases characterized by uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells that can result in death if they are untreated. Okay, um, so can we actually prevent cancer from happening? So there are actually 200 types of cancer, more than 200 based on my research. And it says here that excluding non-melanoma skin cancer, at least 40% of newly diagnosed cancers in adults cases here in the US are potentially avoidable. So, including 19% of cancers caused by cigarette smoking, of course, 8% is caused by excess body weight, and 5% is caused by alcohol consumption. So, these are the three major, you know, potentially avoidable because this, of course, we know are vices that people get into. If you um, smoke or you don't really watch out for your weight and the intake of alcohol. So additionally, screening can help prevent colorectal and cervical cancer. So by that cancer lesion that can remove, and it can help reduce the risk of death from this cancer, as well as cancers of the breast, lung, and prostate. So by detecting these cancers early, treatments can be done and usually are more successful, right? So just what happened to me, um, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2022 November, and it was the last thing in my mind, that I will have cancer because I thought I was healthy. I was taking certain supplements, I was doing my exercise, and my weight is relatively, in the normal range. And I was also doing my regular exercise. But lo and behold, when I did my mammogram in September, it came back abnormal, which of course necessitate for me to have an appointment to get my ultrasound and of course um, consultation with an oncologist. And true enough, when I came back in November, um, I was given a confirmed diagnosis of stage 2 breast cancer. So nevertheless, it was still not totally um, you know um, complete diagnosis because they had to do a mastectomy on me, even though they did biopsy. Biopsy is wherein they have to get it. Of course, it's done in the hospital where they have to get a portion of the cell or inside the breast that was diagnosed to have had the presence of um, breast cancer. I mean the lump. No, it's not actually a lump because I did not feel any lump at all. It only came visible on the mammogram, and then of course later on the ultrasound. But after the mastectomy, that's the only time that they were able to categorically, classify what type of breast cancer, and then the staging was also confirmed. So, so since this is a living benefits um, presentation or sharing, I just wanted to share furthermore that 1 year before my diagnosis, me and my husband was able to get our own coverage. Of course, I was healthy back then, and no medical history of no medical condition at all for the last more than 10 years. Nothing. All my executive checkups are all um, you know perfect. And so to my surprise, I was um, I was really shocked that there was indeed a cancer present in my diagnosis. So right away, so first we were paying about $250 uh in our own policy for each one of us, and so that's about 12 months, because on the 13th month, that was when I was diagnosed. So when I submitted all the medical reports to the company that gave me the coverage, of course they have to look at all again of my of my background, because I am still under the 2-year contestability. You see, in insurance contracts, the insurance company has the right to, they have the 2 years contestability period, wherein they can fully um, investigate whether all necessary information was declared upon application. Because, mind you, of course, insurance companies will not cover someone with existing medical condition, sadly. And unfortunately, for some people, even if they want to have their coverage, the insurance company can actually decline or disapprove your application. So at the time, since I was, like I said, very healthy, 1 year before that, I was approved to get 600,000 face amount, and got myself covered. So, but like I said, after submitting all the medical reports, since I'm still under contestability, I had to wait a certain period. So until they're finished with their investigation, I will still have to continue paying for my premium until such time that they will declare that the claim is ready for release. So after 90 days of waiting, yes, the claim was automatically debited to my bank account, which was close to $200,000 cash. So that is something that people with cancer can really appreciate, because definitely having a cancer diagnosis is a devastating news, not just for myself but for my whole family. So, um, so it really changed, you know, my perspective in facing this trial of my life. Um, so I went through the cancer treatments for 1 year, including mastectomy, chemotherapy, and radiation. So, while doing that, of course, I cannot work, and I just need to, take it easy. Actually, up until now, 2025, I'm still taking it easy, because I would like to believe that I'm still recovering. So, um, so I just wanted to say that yes, some cancer can be prevented, but as you can see, most cancers are still mysterious. Doctors or the medical professionals are still, um, not giving us definitive way to prevent some of this cancer. So, for some people, even regular checkups are not also a it's a sure thing that one will not be able to be diagnosed with certain types of cancers. So going to this slide, um, this is the latest study, of course, okay, that is available online. How many new cases and deaths are expected to occur in the year 2025? So excluding non-melanoma cases, so over 2 million new cancer cases are expected to be diagnosed. So this is about 618,000 who will die from this disease. Okay, these are new cases. From the new cases, 618 will die. So, because as you may have heard, some people just newly diagnosed in about several weeks or months, they passed on, and that's about 1,700 deaths per day. It's really a huge number. So this is talking about U.S. alone. Okay, so um, are there positive developments that we should consider in the cancer space? So the best measure of progress against cancer, because they are less affected by changes in detection practice than incidence and survival rates. The age-adjusted cancer death rose during most of the 20th century because of smoking epidemic. But of course, it has dropped from its peak in 1991 by 34%. So, who is actually at risk in developing cancer? Everyone, unfortunately, is at risk of developing cancer. Although the incidence increases greatly with age, 88% of people diagnosed with cancer in the US are 50 years or older, and 59% are 65 or older. So in the US, an estimated 40 out of 100 men and 39 out of 100 women will actually develop cancer in their lifetime. However, these probabilities are based on cancer occurrence in the population overall, and of course may differ in individuals because of lifestyle exposures like smoking and excess body weight, family history, and or genetic susceptibility. So these are just some of the facts that I wanted to share to you, and I hope this will help you realize how important it is to have a coverage of a life insurance with living benefits, because you never know um, really what can happen. So um, together with this video, we have one-on-one consult so that we can specifically talk about you know, um, your situation, and you can actually join us in our crusade. We are urging many people here in the US to join us in this crusade and be part of promoting the coverage of life insurance with living benefits. So thank you, and I'll see you again next time.